Hello there, welcome to my channel. This is Dollars Make Sense and it is New Year's Eve. We are wrapping up 2024 and welcoming in 2025. And what better way to do that than a year in review? I have every budget with me sitting right here in front of me from 2024, and I am going to start out finding out my year's total income. I don't think I've ever known at the last day of the year what I made that year. I'm always waiting until I get like the tax forms in the mail and adding it all up. So this is going to be really interesting here to find out what did I make in 2024. We're going to do that, and I'm going to revamp my binders. I have all my binders out here. This is everything I'm using currently. This is everything that I have moved out of, so I want to review that and see, is there something I'm missing? Is there something I need to go back through? I do have my new calendar. This is like my budget Bible. This is where I put every flexible dollar that I spend. Let me take a peek at last year's because I'm basically done. I have a couple more things to pay back in here, so I do need to do that. Let's see here. Do you see this, you guys? This is so filled with so much information. That's why I call it my budget Bible, because this is every flexible dollar I spent. And along the bottom here, I used to add how much I earned each week, but I kind of stopped. There's December with nothing written on it. Did I put it for November? Didn't even do it for November either. But do you see all of these? And then there's a corresponding page that goes with it to explain a little bit more of what I spent. If I want to go more in depth of like when I got an oil change in the filter and things like that, I can actually go through and find out where my money went. And this is kind of a game changer for me. I've been doing this, but I don't actually utilize this information the way I should. So I love that it's all in one spot like this. I used to do like a little one sheet calendar page, and here, let me show you one of those. So this is what it would look like. And all of these charges are on here, but it's so much more confusing. I think mainly because I colored in the days. It looks pretty, but it's so much harder to understand than this. When I'm going back through this, the colors just pop out at me and it's easy to find my categories. This took a lot longer. This worked for me at first, but I love this, and I'm so glad I found another one because it took a minute to find this and I was worried I wasn't going to find it. And it is just the perfect setup for me. I don't know if you follow my channel, you saw me buy and return a couple other, oh, I love that Creek, brand new Creek. But sorry, a couple other of the planners. They weren't for me, and I guess I'm pickier than I thought because this is what I want to have. I want to have the setup where I've got my lined boxes to write my different amounts. I've got an area to write my legend because I build my legend for my categories. And I just love this planner, and it's so cheap. I got it from Ross for $4.99. Unfortunately, I cannot find it anywhere other than Ross. So if you are interested, you'll have to go Ross hunting. And that is what I did. And I ended up having to, on vacation, find a Ross. And luckily they had this. So thankful to find it and so excited to get to use it. But that's not till tomorrow because it's still 2024 right now. It's not 2025 yet. Put this aside and wait. One thing I didn't finish up for the year. I pull out December, not November. Gas. I have $80 in gas to pay, but I have enough to pay it back. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to wrap up and close out this year. I do have the credit card to still pay off, and these charges will be additional, but that's it. So I'll have the credit card to pay off. I think I can do that tomorrow. Is the bank even open tomorrow? I don't know, but I can do it through the ATM. I can do a deposit, but I forgot to do this. I forgot to color this in December, and somewhere mid-month, I actually paid this. So let me close this up for a minute. Put that aside and pull out something to color this with. Oh, we're gonna have a pink car? We don't have a pink car yet. December gets a pink car. And this is just a little printout that I found. I did not make this, I just found it. And I have no clue where I found it, so I'm so sorry. It didn't have anything written on it. I believe it was just a coloring sheet for kids. and it happened to have enough cars for me to make the payments out on. And here I go. I'm closing out on being halfway through. I just color one car per month, and each car represents my car payment. My car payment is $345. So now that I've paid that off, well, I paid it off a couple of weeks ago, I owe less than $3,000 on my car, and I will be paying off my car next year. Well, it feels like this year because we're like hours away. The countdown is here, but 2025 is when I will pay off my car, and oh, to have that extra $345 per month, I will be debt-free in August of 2025 if I play my cards right. We will see. We'll have to see what happens this year, how things go. This is a very good interest rate, so I'm not in like a hurry to pay it off. Plus, it's good for your credit score to have an ongoing payment like a car payment, because it's just anything like that you make the payments on time definitely helps build your credit score. So move that out of the way. We got that colored. That's looking so nice to have all those cars colored on there. Okay, set that aside. Get into this. This is really every week. So this is what, 52 pieces of paper right here with all the different totals. And I am going to start adding them up and get a total income for myself so that I can build my budget, because this is going to be so beneficial to have this information here. Now, one thing I am going to share with you, Happy New Year's. This is my hat I'm going to be wearing in a little while. We got little blowers here that we're going to pop and everything. We've got a couple of those little blow things. I don't know where those are, but the kids have them somewhere. This is a Bing Black. So this is a blackberry juice energy drink. I just wanted to grab something that wasn't coffee but had energy. There was at least 4 flavors, and it's very sweet for it only saying that it has 5 sugars. Very interesting. It has lots of vitamins and minerals. I'll show you a picture of the label so that I don't have to turn my drink upside down. I'm going to get a sip of this and I'll be right back with you. It's very good. It's like a little more colored than I would expect it to be, but it does have 5% juice. So I guess that's why. I thought it was going to be more like a sparkling water, but it's like a sparkling juice. I don't know if you've ever had like an Izzy, but it says energizing, caffeine and everything. So we are going to use that caffeine to stay up because I'm already getting tired and we got 2 more hours until the countdown. But let's get into this and see what I earned this year. 35. It's good, and I'm so thankful. 35.5 basically. But I do my own gas and my own mileage on my car. I need to look up how many miles I drove this year too. I feel like it's gonna be well over 20,000 miles to get this $35,000. So we will see. I will have more numbers when I actually get into everything, when I'm doing my taxes. But for now, this is so useful to be able to just look up, to be able to go through and find out what I earned, so I can figure out what I spent. Let me pull out my budget. Okay, so I'm gonna say 35.5 just to make it easier, just for easy math purposes. And let's see, we're gonna go 1570 times 12 equals 18,840 for my fixed. So that's my year. It costs me closing in on $19,000 just for my year. And that's not food. And that's not gas. That's not maintenance. That's, oh my goodness. So I'm going to say minus 35.5. I have about 16,000 to spend flexible. Okay. So that's where I get my food. That's where I get everything, you guys. And that is really good. I mean, I'm making it work. I wish it was more. I mean, we all wish we had more. It's easy to just start dreaming. If you could just have, you know, a little bit more, you could do so much more. Like even when that car payment's gone. Oh, that's going to be making it so much easier, because that's not going to be this is expensive. I'm gonna have like 4 less payments of $345. Let me add that up again. So if I go 1570 times 12, I get the 1884, but I'm gonna say minus 345, minus 345, minus 345, minus 345. So it's more like 17,460. And then I'm gonna say minus 35,500, and I have 18 to spend. So it looks like I spend about half my money on fixed and half my money on flexible. And I guess that's really good. They say housing shouldn't be more than 25%, and we have our housing so low because we have family. If we didn't have family, I don't even know what I'd do. We would need a second income is what we would need. Sometimes we think, oh, if we moved away and we had 2 incomes and we lived somewhere else, we'd be the exact same because rent would be eating up the other income. It seems like it, especially if you don't have solar. We have fixed rate electric because we have $0 solar, and that's been such a benefit to us. Also, we have woods in our backyard that we get our firewood. So it's $0 heat. And I'm just listening to people who are snowed in for Christmas, and the minimum wage is so much lower than our minimum wage. Plus you have heating costs. Now we have some cooling costs in the summer because we do get hot, but it's so much easier to cool. And we have an evap cooler. We have a really new evap cooler that works amazing and chills our house to the point where sometimes we're actually cold from it. And the cost of like a heavy duty fan being on, it's not the cost of an air conditioner. Just little things like that. I don't pay as much as I think I pay when I start to actually calculate. And then we get the benefits of, if you worked in food service here, $20 an hour. So, you know, things like that, it might actually add up and work out if I could just get enough hours, enough orders. And especially if I could get a second job. I have applied for jobs. I actually started applying for jobs in October when I was having a slow month. I didn't realize how tight of a job market I am in right now and how thankful I should be for the jobs that I have. I do work gig work, but I have a handful of different gigs. So I do the food delivery service apps and the grocery service app, and it works out for me because I'm getting paid from quite a few different directions. I can pull enough orders each day to make it work, to make it into a fully funded, $35,000 a year job just off of gig work. So if I could just get out there a little more, if I could get a little bit more orders, a little bit higher tips, I could make it more too, because this job is sales. But you are pigeonholed by the app and the algorithm. They don't just offer you every good order all in a row. If you were getting good orders, I think that something about the algorithm realizes how much you've earned that day and starts to give you the lesser orders. But I don't know exactly how it works. I just know that it's not the full potential of actual sales. But it is a sales job. It is a gig job. And it is that gig economy working for apps and algorithms. So it changes a lot every year, and I wish I had my other numbers. I will look into that and pull that up, but good to know this for this year. Going to be going through everything and resetting all my binders. So excited to get into 2025 and use that new calendar. I do need to pay back the gas, so that's something else I need to do. I'm going to move this stuff all out of my way. Turn that off and see what I have in here. I think it's $80 in gas that I owe. It is. Oh, I don't really need this. I can peek into this, but set that aside for the moment and get into my one and only binder that I have been religiously, consistently using. And this is gas, debt, a buffer, taxes, health, and education. And I don't even need education in here. I feel like we barely even use education, and I want it to just be in miscellaneous because it's easier that way. I don't want it to actually be dedicated and sitting here waiting. I don't want to have no money in it like I do right now. I do have money in miscellaneous. So that's a better place for that. I do want to grow this health. It's basically just to buy eyeglasses, which we do once a year or so. And taxes, this is for my tax service. I'm already at $50. I know that tax service has gone up. I feel like it's over $100, so I do need to grow that within the next month or two so I can do that. So these are all definitely important. We're going to pay the gas into this debt. We're going to pay $80. Let's see here. Is that what I have in the back? Yeah, that is what I have in the back. And we're going to leave all of this in here. I think this is like, I'm just going to count it just to see. We have 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. $30 here in broken up change. So next time I can just get 20s because I have a bunch of change in there. And we're going to add 80 to this, which we already have 223 in here. That should be 303, but I'm going to do this just in case. 223 plus 80 equals 303. And then I am going to take this and pay that credit card off so that this year is over and done. Oh, that feels amazing. I didn't think I would get here. I was so worried that I was going to leave a ton of bills to start the new year, and I did not want to do that. So get this into the bank tomorrow and I will be able to restart my entire year anew with still $30 left over in the gas. So that's like a gas buffer. And what else do I need to do? I need to color those because they're done. And then I basically, oops, excuse me. I basically just need to thank this book for all of its wonderful service and for being here for me every time I wanted to use you. You've been here and you've been so helpful. And I'm going to keep you in case I ever need to peek back in, but thank you for all your help. And I'm going to keep the pencil. Wow, this is so weird. It's like another chapter. Okay, here we go. Hello, my new friend. Open you up. I'm going to slide this off of here. Oh, does it not slide off of here? Do I have to rip it? I guess I have to rip it. And here we go. It's official. You get the pencil. It's your turn now. We are into January 1st in just about an hour and a half here. Here we go. January. And I am going to start with however much car debt I just had, $2,000 something, but that is my only debt. And what did I say? $2,760 in debt. That's it, you guys. I'm like flabbergasted. I'm overwhelmed. I'm so excited. I'm so thankful that you are here to join me. And I'm so happy to get into this next year ready to go. I hope everything's going awesome for you. If you have any questions, remarks, or anything about how I do my budget, please feel free to comment below. I'm always happy to explain more or answer questions or get ideas from you guys. Let me know if you have anything else that you guys are really getting into this year. But I do have some exciting news, and I am going to be doing no spend January. And I did overstock us on like housing supplies. I got that kitty litter right at the end of the month, so I'm not going to need that. I think we're going to be awesome. I think this no spend is going to kick off good because I'm fully funded and I'm fully loaded. I don't even need groceries right now. I don't know anything that I need. I don't have a current grocery list. I'm going into the new year not wanting for anything. And you guys, I'm going to get a teary eye because that's amazing. I don't know how Have I ever done this? I've never done this. Every year I go into the next year with the debt I have just created from Christmas and the debt that I have been holding from the year before. I'm beaming, and I am so happy to get to go and hang out with my family and keep the kids up because we're just pumping them with sugar so that we can watch that ball drop. The ball is already dropped, but we're going to watch the New York ball at midnight and do the countdown. And I hope you guys get to do something like that too. I really do hope and pray for everyone to have the best 2025 that they can have. I hope that all your wishes and dreams are fulfilled, all your prayers come true. You guys, this has really been a hard year. It's been a hard couple of years. It's been a hard half a decade here. You guys, we've all been struggling since that, 2019? C19? I don't even know if you're allowed to say it yet, so I don't want to get in trouble, but, ever since 2020, basically, it's just been a dumpster fire. Like, it's been crazy. And I feel like I'm finally reining it in. I'm not even just back to normal. I'm better than I've ever been. And I'm so proud of that. I'm so happy to be able to share that with you. And let me pull this out just to peek in here. Using this cash wallet system where I have my grocery category, my pets, my shopping, household, entertainment, restaurants, miscellaneous, and gifts and giving. Those have basically been the entire year, all the categories of my life for the entire year, right here in my wallet, pre-funded for the week. So I'm pre-funded for the month in my fixed, pre-funded for the week in my flexible, and that gives me the allowance, that gives me the ability to be able to spend in cash and not swipe my card. Just the little bit of card swiping I did over Christmas, within 1 week of swiping my card, I went to the grocery store and I didn't use my calculator the same way I used it, but I kind of missed some items, and I just knew that I had the buffer, the insurance of being able to use the credit card, which is horrible. It's terrible. I thought that I had like $90 in groceries in the cart and it was over $100. That never happens to me. I'm normally like within $1 because I type everything in as it goes into the cart. I put it into my calculator. But just that little mind change of knowing I was going to use the credit card, items went in my cart without going on my calculator. That never happens to me. I'm very meticulous about, like, I don't even take my kids shopping because they distract me. And then things end up in my shopping cart without going on my calculator, and it drives me crazy because I pay in cash. And when I get to the check stand, I already know what they're going to tell me my groceries cost within pennies. I round up. So a lot of times I'm a little bit over. I'm already ready with the cash. And sometimes it's even a couple dollars over because I've rounded up too much. But it's what I do. And you guys, it was the quickest mindset change ever. I was just falling back into bad habits. Bad habits are so easy to fall back into, and good habits are hard to build. So this wallet here with these categories has helped me build good habits, and it's been so beneficial. I'm definitely looking into getting another one just in case they ever change it, because I'm fully and completely in love with it. And the way that I looked for this binder, I realized how completely picky I have turned with my budget. These are the items I want, and I'm basically using the one binder. So I will look through these binders again, and I do have my savings challenges. So that's one thing I have also done. I did come up with my own savings challenge, but I've also realized that I am not the best at this. And sometimes when you are just trying to force yourself out of your own comfort zone, your wheelhouse, sometimes it's really good for you. And other times I feel like, why am I doing this? There's so many of you amazing creators out there that already have all of these savings challenges, and you've done so good at building them and you share them so freely. I spent all this time building this and I don't like it as much as I like so many others out there. I just want to print out other people's, and I don't even know if I want to use mine. So I'm not sure if I will be making these. I know I'm not like in a hurry to get out the door with all these savings challenges, and I'm so sorry if you guys are looking forward to me making you savings challenges, but there are so many out there and I don't feel like I do them justice. So I might use mine. I might not even use mine. I'm not sure, but I'm going to wait a little bit on that. When we start the new year, I will have some money in the box to do savings challenges. Oh, I did get one more tip to add. I have a $5 tip in here that I can add to my savings challenge box. So I have that. Let me do that right now. And we did have something like, I think it was $17 or something there. So we are building this up, but I'm not in the biggest hurry to do that. I would like this box to get very full, and I'd like to print out some adorably cute savings challenges that you guys have out there, because I don't even know what I'm doing and I just keep trying, but it's like trying to fit a round peg into a square hole for me. So I'm going to let that go for now and move those aside. I was going to peek at these just to see what I used to have. What did I have here? These are duplicated categories to my cash wallet. So that's one of the reasons that I had moved out of all these binders. Once I got this cash wallet and really started using it, I didn't need as many categories because my funded week ahead is sitting here in my wallet. Now this was my fun binder, and I have vacation, Christmas, birthday gifts, clothing, personal, and hobbies. I would love to fund all of those. I do want to have this. I just haven't had money for it. So I do want to keep this, and I want to keep all of those categories. I don't need any of these. And what do I have in here? Oh, holidays. I wanted to add holidays in there. Thanksgiving, I don't need Thanksgiving because it would fall under holidays. Let me get that out because I'm just going to add it to the back of there to remind me that that's what I want to do. Kids entertainment, that's a category in my wallet. Food out, category in my wallet. Miscellaneous, shopping, these are all categories from my wallet. So I can do without all of these categories because I have the cash stuffing wallet. And I'm going to be just doing 2 binders this year, it looks like. If I can just fill the fun binder with fun stuff. And do I just want holidays instead of Christmas? No, I don't. I want a Christmas one also, because Christmas is so expensive. I ended up spending more on Christmas this year than I acknowledge. And it's just in all those hidden little fees, like when we went on the little trip before Christmas and we did some Christmassy things. When we did a gingerbread house, those little incidentals that got built into my food budget. And I would love that to be more like in the holidays or Christmas budget. So that's a good idea for next year. And I do have all of my numbers worked out so I can look at that. This is empty, but it's still going to sit here because it's important. This is going to take its place for the very first time right here with all the rest. And let's see what I've got here. That is perfect for me. The perfect amount of files, binders, folders, whatever you want to call them, calendars. That looks good for me. It doesn't overwhelm my desk. I know everyone has different amounts of binders or files or envelopes that they use because everyone has a different budget and a different life and a different way of spending. So whatever works for you is what works for you. And this right here is what's working for me. I'm so happy to have reset just a couple hours before January. So I'm like right on time too. I'm reset, I'm repaid, I'm raring and ready to go. I hope you guys have a wonderful, happy new year. 2025 treats you well. And if you could join me for a no spend January, I would very much appreciate that. If you don't want to join me, if you just want to follow along and watch me not spend, I would love to have you. I do truly appreciate every single one of you being here. Sometimes I get overwhelmed looking at the follower count. We are over 600 now, and At one point, when I was at 250, I had imagined being in a room and talking to 250 people. And it was very intimidating. And I kind of just let it go. And when I got to 500 people, I again thought, what if I was in a room with 500 people? Would I even be able to draw their attention? Would I be so embarrassed? Would I turn purple? Would I be able to talk? And as it grows, I just can't believe how many people are out there listening to what I have to say and sharing and joining in with me and just being here and supporting and being friends. I really am overwhelmed and overjoyed and so appreciative of it. I'm so looking forward to watching everything grow here in 2025 and having you guys join me along the way. But I will be back here again soon, and I hope you are too. Bye-bye now.